the start of the day. Rowan. Ellen, his soft voice calling for the girl who still seems to be on her bed. Rowan. Get up, you need to eat. The boy insisted, but the girl stubbornly stayed still. Ellen. Leave it here, Rowan. I will eat later. She mumbled in her drowsy tone, her voice as lifeless as her appearance. Rowan. Ellen, you said that for the dinner too, and I doubt if you touched it. He looked at the food placed on the nightstand, her light stare of the dinner and milk that was still left untouched. He replaced the food with fresh one and sat on the edge of the bed, his words still not responding. Rowan, I know what you are going through, but you need to understand few things too. He looked at her back facing her, unable to read the emotion over her face. Rowan, it's been years, why don't you try to let it go? Nothing good will come out by holding on the past. Ellen's hands clenched on the blanket as she closed her eyes, feeling his words stabbing her heart. Rowan, we did everything we could, and we are still willing to, but condition will not improve until you learn to let go the past. Her shaky lips take in a large stalk of air. Ellen, why can't they get the punishment they deserve? The thought that has always been deciding her mind since the time she was forced to go through same something she didn't deserve. Ron, Ellen, why don't you understand there are things you need to accept as they are? Please stop hurting yourself and let go of the past. Silent tears left her eyes as she opened her eyes and closed her lips, taking her time to stabilize her breaths. Ellen, so I am the problem and they are not. The wounds on my heart are the problem, but their stepping hands are not. Rowan held her hand gently as her voice shook. Rowan, Ellen, I can understand you just heard what happened last night. Must have opened your wounds. That why are you talking like this? Her hand moved to her face as pinched her aching forehead. Rowan, you need some space. I'm sure things will be better when you come out of this room. He got up from the bed, but her voice stopped him in the middle. Ellen, I still feel the need to ask why can't I accept you? She chuckled, her chest heaving at the pen. Yes, Rowan, yes, I can ask because I am the best option you have, Ellen. He turned around and looked at her one last time. Rowan, maybe the one, only one. Her glassy eyes peered at his back as the man pulled his head away. Rowan, only I can give you the comfort you need. Saying the words, the man left the room, leaving the girl chuckling to herself. Ellen, this is not the comfort I need. She hugged herself in the blanket, her tears staining the pillow. Daniel, how's she? He asked, his eyes tracing the untouched food. Rowan, alive, his cold voice that would make the other man guess the situation. Daniel, give her some time. You know things are hard for her too. He put his hand over his shoulder, who was placed the dish on the kitchen counter. Rowan, it wouldn't have been if you and your family haven't pushed her at the corner of your house. He growled, pushing his hand away. Daniel, Rowan, you know I'm not the one to take decision in our house. Rowan sneered, not willing to understand anything. Rowan, I don't care, Daniel. Just let me get married to her and I promise I will get that old Ellen back. Daniel shook his head, looking at his instead hated friend. Daniel, I just hope you do. With only these words, the man left the place. Jasper, rise and shine. Wait, what are you doing? As soon as the man jumped in the room, intending to disturb his friends with his eyes yes at the surprise of him already pampering himself in front of the mirror. Adam University, we can't skip a day, can we? He smirked yet again, admiring himself on the mirror. Jasper, oh, someone in love. Adam rolled his eyes, enjoying the shower of his expensive perfume. Adam, oh please, Adam D'Souza, don't laugh. He simply made people die over him. Whistling at the sight of himself, the man pushes him through his loss. Jasper, I think that theory is old now that there's someone who don't die over you. His smirk shrank as the man turned towards his friend who was standing by the door, his eyes determined. Ellen, let her take time, because once she dies over me, she would never be able to breathe without me. The determination that has his iron hold could make anyone believe that this man is a sole winner of any game he plays. And then I will play with her like a doll, and she will have no choice to submit herself in my arms lifelessly, senselessly. Another arrogant look that he passed to himself, but Jasper only rolled his eyes. Jasper, I'm not sure about that, but you have already lost your senses, judging by the fact that you are even getting ready for the university on weekend. Ellen lips parted as he blinked at his friend's surprise at the way he was fooled around. Ellen, what the? He threw his brush away before it could tangle with his ear, a sudden irritation hitting him. Jasper chuckled. Jasper, bro, when I said that you were in love, I said that for a reason. He stepped closer as he patted his shoulder before he turned around and left the room, leaving the man behind, deep in his thoughts. Was he really in love and not in his yet another adventure? And a seed of train of uncontrollable thoughts was planted in his mind. Jasper, damn, here we are again. The boy thought, rolling his eyes as they stood by the entrance, waiting for the girl his friend is so eager to see. Adam, I thought we are the only one who comes late. He ruffled his messy hair purposely, skirted over his head to make him look even more stunning. Jasper, no, we left that job long ago. Someone has to keep the ritual safe. He crossed his arm and he leaned on the railing, kept after only few stairs that resides in front of the entrance of the department. And no students come from medical department can't please around. He walked back and forth in front of his friend. Jasper, you look tense. Jasper stated, seeing his friend's unusual behavior. Jasper, I mean you have been tense since at night when it's about to be precise. Aaron nostril flared as he let out a sign. Aaron, impatient actually. He corrected his friend, his hands stuffed in his jeans pocket as he walked around, his eyes stuck on the gate of university. Jasper, for her, his head tilted to the side as he looked at his friend passing a small stare. Aaron, she worth it. After all, he will give me much more. Jasper looked at him silently with few words lingering over his tongue that he tried hard to suppress, yet again he failed to do so. Jasper, Aaron, I think you are more into her than into her body, don't you think? Aaron let out a chuckle, shaking his head. Aaron, I'm, I never said I'm not into her. I never said I'm into her body only. In fact, I admit, unlike other girls, she gained my interest beyond the physical needs I crave for her. He looked at the girl, finally a sight he has been craving for. And I crave for her like no one. He smirked, seeing her see off her friend as she walked in, her steps taking her towards them, her eyes fixed on the path. Hadn't retreat leaning on the railing at the side as the girl walked past him, his little attention that went to see as she sensed movement around her. His eyes settled over her while she made his heart unsettled. He stared in her dark orbs. A feeling of satisfaction places a gentle blink as he witnessed her lips curving a little up for him as a sign of gratitude. And then the man just felt everything inside him melting with his eyes stuck on view. She moved, but his gaze stayed and left. She left, but he stayed. His wide open eyes, the trembling wall of his heart, his cloudy mind, and his weird sensation over his warm palm. And yet he stayed, disturbed by the beauty of her interest, by the pleasure of her attention, the privilege of being under her side, with him bleeding so peacefully, with no tension left in him, was all he has been craving for.